Hi guys, I've just got one example for you here of adaptations in a plant species that you can find here in Jersey. It's called Hottentot fig, or it's also known as pig's face, and it's a species that doesn't originally come from Jersey. It actually comes from South Africa, so it's seen as a weed species here. And the thing with weed species, they do really well in places where they're not meant to be usually. That's why we call them a weed. So let's have a look at Hottentot fig, and I'm going to point out 4 adaptations that it's got to help it to survive, thrive and reproduce. And that's exactly what all organisms want to do. Okay, let's have a look. Here it is, right here, this green plant here. And as you see, just up here, it's got these yellow flowers, and there's another variety on here that's got these pink flowers. And we're just on a coastal headland here in Jersey, and you can see it's like carpet. It's completely covering a lot of the rocks with this yellow plant here, gorse, which is a native species. But most of this headland, see there's the sea, most of this headland is covered in this Hottentot fig. Okay, let's look at some adaptations. So adaptation number 1 that's very striking about it is its leaves. Now this is called a succulent, so it's a bit similar to a cactus, and it's got these leaves. Let's break one off. Really thick leaves with a thick outer skin or a cuticle, and it's actually got lots of moisture trapped inside, so very thick leaves, and this helps it to not run out of water and dehydrate, which is really important for plants. The second adaptation we're going to look at is its root system. It's not actually, because it's on the rocks here, it's got nowhere to go. Its roots, you can lift it up because it comes off a main root really far back. So back in here is a main root that's in the soil, and it pulls out all these runners so it can spread a large area without actually having to put its roots in the ground. So that's the second adaptation. The third one is quite special, and you'll see what colour the leaves are. Most of them are green. However, the newer leaves near the bottom are actually red. And red for your new leaves is a really good adaptation, because in nature, red means danger. So a lot of animals that are dangerous have red on them, and a lot of plants. So it's telling us that those leaves are dangerous if we were an insect or an herbivore like a sheep. It's saying that red is dangerous, so we don't want to eat that. And it does that because then its young leaves can grow nice and big and thick, and then eventually be green. It's also got these beautiful flowers up here. So let's climb up this rock a little bit and we'll have a look at one of the flowers. So if you look at the flower, it's got loads of pollen in there. So it's really attractive to a bee or an insect. So lots of pollen means that it can reproduce with lots of other flowers and grow even more. And the last thing about these plants is they live on this rocky structure where there's not much water. It's quite dry because there's no trees above, so the sun's very strong. Plus it lives right next to the ocean, so it's very salty, the air. So you've got to have quite a lot of adaptations to be able to live in that type of environment, a warm and salty environment. So that was Hottentot fig, and now go and have a look for your own version, maybe next time you're out doing your lockdown exercise, or maybe in your garden. Okay, take care, bye.